I'll wait for the stream to come back up.
So, on the eve of us seeing Monster Hunter Wilds footage, which looks incredible, Monster Hunter World has come out for Xbox One in Japan.
Was it not already
No, 6 years later, it has now come out. Along with Iceborne, it will be launching on June 5th. For all 15 of you in Japan who want to play this on your Xbox One.
Did you say Xbox One?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's back a generation?
I mean, it'll work on Series X, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yes, that's very funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, now it says Now it says Twitch is offline. Why does it say offline? I don't understand, man.
I actually see footage on Twitch now.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm. I actually see footage on. I actually see footage on. I actually.
John also says
Spicy link
we're
is
live
still
on both.
in the chat.
Okay, you're gonna hear a double.
John says we're live on both.
Great. Yeah, I see us on Twitch now. Okay, so I adjusted the bitrate and I literally disconnected everything from the account and reapplied it and lowered the bitrate. So, hey, we're live. We did it. I think.
Corey,
Everything went
you're great.
smoothly.
Yeah.
Hooray!
See, this is why I gave myself a half hour to do all this, so we could be 15 minutes late. Hello, everyone. We're gonna start the show in a few minutes, but before we start the show proper, this will be a little live show exclusive. How are we all feeling? How are we all feeling about next week? Everybody okay? Everybody good? Everybody excited? Everybody concerned at all?
I beat the campaign already.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm concerned at all. I think
No.
they've shown enough.
Everything they've shown over the last 2 months has made me believe
They've
that
shown
I'm
enough.
not concerned.
Yeah. Like that trailer that we got on Tuesday was something different. Like that was something unlike I ever expected from this game.
Yeah, that trailer was pretty.
And I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was pretty good.
The fact that I'm here tells me they're doing something right, because I was fully ready to not buy the final shape.
Oh no, we're getting into that on the show, because I that's part of why I wanted you here, was your perspective on the eve of the final shape.
Yeah. Are we curious about what's going on after, or are we just gonna try to ride it out and see what happens during, and then
we're riding it out and seeing what happens? I am extremely happy. Prismatic, honestly. Prismatic and everything from Into the Light is what gave me the hope.
Yeah.
That makes me want to stick around. Like that alone ensures that I'll at least check out the episodes. But yeah. It's, for me, it's more of a question of what happens in September to reassure me of the long-term plan. When they talk about the future, because they're surely going to save that for the 10th anniversary.
Right.
Oh, no.
And Luke Smith already said that we'd hear about it after the final shape was in our hands. So
wait, are you guys saying that after we defeat the Witness, that Destiny isn't turning into a cozy farming sim? Because I was under the impression that was what was happening.
I will, however, take the Destiny dating sim that was being developed internally by some people.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually ripping every raid dungeon and PvP map out of the game and only putting in fishing again, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
can we discuss how much
that.
fishing needs to stay in the game permanently?
I want more fishing. I'm being real with you.
I mean, Nerd
Fishing
looks like
rock.
he's ready to go fishing right now.
Fishing rock.
It's because he's from
I was
Pennsylvania
outside
and lives
catching
in
a big old bass.
rural Ohio.
Whoa.
That's a hard word.
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
on that musk net, baby.
Who said bring back
Better
fishing
hope
strategy? Who said that? I heard that earlier. Somebody say that, or was that in chat?
It's in chat.
Oh my god, who are you? Get out of here! Nobody wants that. This is the worst class exclusive of all time.
The Warlock's got a cool one.
Yeah, with
it worked perfectly. Self-res.
That one was awesome.
It was like a scout rifle that
Yeah.
when you had your supercharged, it was like 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
And self-res, you always at it charged, so it was great.
That weapon was the sole reason why I created a warlock.
Oh yeah, Talalok?
Yeah,
Talalok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good.
I missed Destiny 1.
Well, you started a warlock also because you wanted to be good. You wanted to play the best class.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Wanted to use his brain for once and not his fists.
No, I like my fists and my helmet Saint 14 that I don't know the last time I took it off. Josh is upset.
Hey, now it's back. You held out so long that
Josh
now it's back,
is
baby.
over there in the corner, quiet, exactly like a hunter would. So it's perfect.
Put your hood up, Josh. Embrace your true hunter.
He's putting the hood up.
There it is, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Full hunter Josh.
This hood is massive.
It is large.
Oh man, I can't remember the last.
Hunter
Josh,
Josh.
put the hood on and then just say. Never mind. I was gonna be an emperor. I was gonna get an emperor reference, but
It's hunter in time.
Execute Order 66.
kill them.
All of them.
What's going on now? Well, it's here. I am very concerned though, everybody. I'm very concerned because I got a jury duty summons letter in the mail for this coming week. I'm really hoping that they say
That's called a subpoena, Corey.
No.
Speaking of subpoenas,
I'm very upset right now.
I'm so sorry. That's about the funniest goddamn thing you could have said that I would never in a million years have expected.
Did the guy drop off your jury duty notice on the front step and just run away after you took it?
No, it was on my kitchen table when I got home. So. Oh man, I'm so pissed.
So the county sheriff broke into your house then? Is that
This is the equivalent of Squidward looking out the window meme. You gotta see me, Joe, and Johnny running around going, woo!
It's also one of the busiest times at work right now too, and if I'm not there, it's going to be a bad time for everyone. So, very concerned.
So what I'm hearing is next week's episode is going to be live from jail.
Maybe. Guess we'll find
live
out.
from the courtroom.
God, no, I'm just going to say, hey, I don't want to be a juror because that sounds like a bad time. And I already take multiple medications for anxiety and stress and depression. So I don't need that.
Yeah,
Just go in there, Corey, and be really racist. That's how you get out of that.
Jesus Christ. This is live, by the way.
I didn't say the things that he should say. I'm just, giving him ideas to get out of it. That's all.
like what kind of things, nerd?
Nope, not going there.
Nope,
He already
nope.
said I'm in rural Ohio. I don't need to just
Three, two,
further
one,
that
start the
stereotype.
show.
We're trying to get 10 likes here on this stream so we can show some feet pics.
Yeah,
I'm begging you guys to start the real show. I'm begging you.
Like it up. Like it up.
Oh,
We need this blown up, y'all. Like, get this up there. Likes.
all right.
Feet.
I guess we'll start the show. Anyways, I have to pull up Discord, but I'm already using Discord on this window, so I can't pull it up on another window. So I guess I'll pull it up on my phone. All right, we're going to start the real show now. Everybody out there, thanks for joining us live. We will we'll do the thing. So, I
have to pee.
Oh my God.
Go pee, old man.
No, I'm kidding.
We're starting without him.
Hold on. I got to go get
Start it.
I do have to get my giveaway stuff, though, because I did forget to take it off my shelf. Relax, Josh. Are the Mavs losing? Is that why your face is like that?
No, we're winning. That's why I'm having a sense of urgency.
Be a real
My
gamer,
bladder's
Bruce,
having a
and
sense
get
of urgency right
a piss
now.
jug.
Listen, in the first quarter, it was Luka 20, Timberwolves 19. Okay,
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports
I have the game.
ball.
I have the ESPN Gamecast pulled up in the
All
background.
right, I am gonna pee.
Oh my god! Right as Corey's sitting
Right
down.
as Corey's back. Oh my god.
This is unbelievable.
All right.
Nerd went to the
Now
bathroom.
Nerd's gone.
Nerd went to do the deed.
That just
Although
sounds
he
wrong.
didn't take his camera with him. I'm a little confused.
I remember, was it Johnny that like wore his headset into the bathroom and we heard him piss while we were raiding?
No, it was that his microphone picked up everything, no matter how like quiet it was. That I could clean hear it through closed doors
he just
and
said on
a
the
door.
comment. He just said in the chat. Gosh, do you remember when you had to edit out the sound of me pissing?
Yeah, I did because we could hear it through the walls.
Oh, that was a good time. Oh man. Let's wait for it.
Okay, Nerd is back.
Yes,
Let's go.
Nerd. So, are you gonna send that footage to Corey to splice in, or
What?
what of the piss?
Oh my god. No, we are not doing this.
Is that's
We're
going
not
on
making
live
piss jokes.
exclusive Patreon content right there.
No, this is
Patreon.
OnlyFans Pornhub content. All of our dicks are just gonna be dressed like our guardians.
Oh shit! Josh's wearing a dress. It's too long to edit. That's called a short.
Oh god.
It's a YouTube short.
All right, we're gonna get started before Josh has an aneurysm.
Right. Tower Casuals Piss Cast.
Big piss guy,
haven't even
eh?
started the show yet. This is
Big piss guy,
scary.
Oh
Big
man.
piss guy. Yeah.
I hate this. I hate everything about
No,
my
you
life
love-
right now.
shut
You
the fuck
love
up.
all of it, Josh. Here we go. 3,
I do not.
2.
Josh's beard has gotten 3% grayer in the past five minutes. Okay.
1. Oh wait, I should probably hit start recording, huh? Because that would probably. All right. 3.
All right, guys, that's the episode. We'll see you at 300.
Oh, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Guardians. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast, live on Twitch and YouTube. This is episode 200. I am.
Yeah! There's no energy from anybody else. We're celebrating 200 episodes, and nobody reacted to that news.
Jesus Christ. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan.
200
Alongside
episodes.
me is
After I invited y'all motherfuckers to be here.
the Jotun Toten Vault Dwelling.
Yes!
Master of the Deep Stone Crypt. God Slayer, Josh Finney.
Yeah, baby!
Brought
Got
back-
that God Slayer.
You did. Okay, enough of that. You're gonna get booted, and we're gonna bring whatever the hell this thing's name is. What's that fifth window in our
Craig?
Craig.
Craig.
We're bringing Craig
over,
in.
baby.
Yep, we're
You
gonna bring
speak
Craig in.
ill of Craig?
Also
You
here,
fuck.
Josh, I'm happy to see you. It's been a week.
That doesn't sound like it.
I'm happy. I'm very happy to see you. No? Okay.
I'm happy to see you too. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
You guys are cute.
I think Josh would rather just watch Luca get hurt again, and I don't know.
If you two made out right now, we'd get more likes.
We could, but we're on YouTube. No nips.
That's true.
No nips.
Gotta funnel the likes into the foot cam.
True. True. Also, here's
I hate everything.
our resident Vex Mind. Nerd Generalist is here. Hello, nerd. Welcome back.
It's me.
We missed you.
It's me. It's been far too long, and I think there's probably good reason for that.
Is there? Why is that?
You
It
guys
could
needed
be-
the likes. You had to bring me back on.
It couldn't be anything that had to do with the the pre-show. Could it?
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Also here is the one and only, the myth, the man, the legend. JoASIS is here.
What up, y'all? It's your boy.
We're all here. We're here.
Bitchville population 1.
Bitchville
God.
population 1. God damn it.
200 of
Had to bring in
these
some
things.
dresses.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'm not wearing any pants, so you know.
Brother.
Prove
Fuck
it.
with it.
I did. I stood up earlier to go get the prizes for the
You
giveaways. Should have been
You
watching.
did, but now you got to do it for the actual.
We got a Corey ass cam before a Bruce foot cam. It's not fair.
I mean, I can put my
It's
feet
not
up on
fair.
the desk if you want.
You got to get some
I'm
likes
waiting.
for that. Oh, you got to make them work for it, Corey.
I can't see the likes. I can only see the chat because we're streaming to YouTube and Twitch, so I see everybody chatting in the.
We're up to
both. I don't see likes.
7 likes.
Great.
7
see.
likes.
Let's see if I can see these likes.
Like all the things.
Someone just disliked it because now we're down to 6.
Oh,
John, you
no.
bitch! I know it was you. All right,
Everybody.
all right, guys. We actually have a very busy show
No, we
tonight.
don't. We don't have anything to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Nothing's happening.
I
in the world of
promise you, we have a busy show.
Nothing's happening in the world of Destiny right now, Josh. Let me tell you, there's nothing.
Oh my god.
Nothing.
Can I tell you about the cold sweat and panic that I woke up to seeing the words in my text messages? The final shape has leaked.
The
Yeah.
final. Just,
Did you get the?
And
The
I
whole
didn't
thing.
even bother to check the accuracy. I just blasted everybody at 4 a.m.
Did you get the email from PR today that said, "Please don't share any leaks"?
No, because PR from Bungie doesn't want to talk to me. They only want to talk to Corey.
Oh, I got 7 emails today from them saying, "Please don't share the leaks from PlayStation."
Yeah, no, I didn't get shit.
I'm like, okay, great.
Maybe Sony should have read its own fucking emails.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Like, there was a joke from the former social media lead for Bungie who got laid off in October, Griffin. He was like, back when I worked at Bungie, we all had a joke about how long would it take for Sony to leak the upcoming content because it always happened. He's like, glad to see the tradition is still alive.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
what else did they leak? They leaked another
They've
thing.
leaked like several seasons. I
Yeah.
believe Lightfall was available.
they definitely
some
leaked
point.
Haunted.
the Brazilian
I remember that,
Sony
yeah.
or something like that. Or
Yeah,
Japanese.
Japan
Something like
Sony has
crazy,
leaked
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Isn't Japan Sony just Sony though? Like,
no,
It was like the specific like Sony Japan YouTube channel or something.
PlayStation has
yeah.
kind of run out of Europe. though,
Something crazy.
that's true.
so.
Oh yeah, they also leaked Elden Ring too. Fuckers.
Yeah. So what
also-
from Elden Ring leaked? Like,
They also leaked.
was
Josh's
that
third
also
in,
playable?
so. Anyways,
Okay, well that didn't land.
I'm waiting on you.
All right,
You said
guys,
we had a very busy show, and I'm waiting on you to.
We do have a
tell
very
us
busy
about the
show. I'm getting to it. Of course, you guys know we got to open up with the Twid. Thank God the Twid is not as bad as I thought it was going to be today. I was actually terrified that we were going to get the Zur rework here too. So instead, that'll happen next week when we're trying to review a fucking campaign.
It's true. Or
For all of you crossover lovers, rejoice! I have to talk about crossovers on episode 200. This could not have been more funnily timed, both in terms of the announcement, the day it will be available, and the subject matter. It is like a triple whammy over here for me. Dungeons and Dragons is coming to D2 officially. I almost said coming to D&D. Coming to D2 officially next Tuesday with the final shape.
Do
And
people still play Dungeons and Dragons? Is that even a thing? I don't think anybody actually plays that anymore. Certainly,
I'm going to choose to ignore you. I'm going to choose to ignore the obvious bait here. I saw this, and the person I instantly thought of in our community, aside from John, was Sammy, because I know how much they love D&D.
Yeah,
We've talked about it at length. This might be the coolest of the collaborations that we've seen, and I'm not saying that just as a huge D&D nerd. This is awesome. I really love all of this. So the Titans are getting a gold dragon themed set called the Apex Draconic. There is a Mind Flayer themed warlock set called Flayer's Dominion, and the Hunters are getting the Displacer Beast Spectral Displacer set. That might be the hardest cloak I've ever seen in this game. That is just wild. On top of that, you're getting an Owlbear Sparrow. You're getting a
Owlbear
Queen of Dragons ship, and you are getting the Eye Tyrant Ghost Shell, which is, it's a beholder, along with the Bigsby's Fist Finisher, which looks cool. And of course, it's not D&D without rolling for initiative. A D20 emote. All of this is an instant buy.
I
can't believe this. This is Corey's reaction to the Mass Effect stuff. Nope, this is the one thing they could do that I would fork out any amount of money for, and it is better than I could have ever dreamed.
So we're gonna roll for ad clear now in raids, right? Is that
oh
what
my
we're
god,
do?
there are so many fun things we can do now with this. I really hope the emote does something special when you hit natural 20 or natural 1. This is great. This is great. I love every last part of this.
I said it. We should roll for. We got to do checks at every possible step. And
hear me out. Natural 1 just deletes a gun out of your inventory.
Oh my god! It deletes one random masterworked item.
Nat 1 delete 1 character.
Hey, I really do love this. I think this fits perfectly. This to me does hint at a larger collaboration between Wizards and Destiny. Of course, I know we were talking about it in a separate Discord today, Joe, but UB and John instantly went to Destiny Magic cards.
I'm dropping $400.
And I guarantee you that would be a secret layer I would buy every single card for with zero remorse.
Destiny?
None. Zero. Like, listen, if we can get a Fortnite set, we're getting a Destiny set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and, like, this even, more... they're already working together, so it wouldn't be, like, anything at all outlandish to jump there next. And I'm there.
I think this is really cool. Corey, as the non-tabletop gamer in the show tonight, does this make you feel anything, or are you just happy for your friends?
Josh, I'm happy that you're happy about a crossover. Okay.
I'm ecstatic about this. I can't believe this is a real thing. This is wild. I'm so ridiculously happy about this.
Since we are in a celebratory mode tonight, I am not going to say how I feel about all this.
Listen, I've been very clear how I feel about crossovers in the past. I still think it's a little gross because it's Wizards, but man, it's really hard for me not to be super giddy at this. Two of my absolute favorite games are crossing over. I've been really strong on the Mass Effect stuff. I've no Mass Effect crossover stuff yet. This I'm breaking on day one. I can't help. And they're making a physical beholder ghost that's going to be in the Bungie store. That's an instant purchase for me. I'm going to have a third ghost shell, but it's worth it.
A third ghost.
What if they did an anime crossover, Josh? Which one would you break for?
So the problem is, I don't know why. I'm trying to think of an anime that would actually make sense in Destiny.
Oh, fucking Fortnite's is in there. It doesn't have to make sense.
But they took the Fortnite armor and made it look like it belonged in Destiny. That's what I'm getting at. For anime,
Fortnite
it has to be Gundam. It has to be Gundam.
We've already gotten that. Pick something different.
We did. Oh, but that's true. We did get Gundams already.
We've already gotten that.
That was really more Metabots, but I'll accept Gundam as an answer.
Oh my gosh!
It wasn't a direct Gundam crossover.
Man, I might have to go Kaiju number 8. That would be really dope.
I don't know why I asked this question, pretending I would actually know what you're talking about. But
I know.
Kaiju number 8, the best new anime of the year. It's great. Go check it out.
Sharks, yes. That's an old reference. Showing your age there.
That would be the only anime. Who am I kidding? Here's the thing though, I get to play as actual anime characters that their models look good in Fortnite. I don't want to play as a Goku skin in Destiny. That's like if you make the armor look like it belongs in Destiny, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like the D&D stuff is really tiptoeing the fucking line, but I'm like mainly because that Mind Flayer helm.
The Mind Flayer one is really the only one. Like I love it and I'm buying it.
I like to think that the Hunter Cloak is like the skinned
You know
carcass
what I
of
mean?
like something they killed in the wild. Like a creature of darkness or something, and like I guess you can like rationalize that for the Mind Flayer helm. Like, oh god, this warlock just got fucking weird.
But I've thought for a while that the final shape is gonna like the campaign and like how it's gonna work. My theory for a while has been that it's gonna draw like heavy inspiration from like D&D. And I this and Warlord's Ruin just kind of really enforced that for me.
Yeah, I mean we got like dragon themed stuff in Eververse this past season during Wish, which made sense. You know, it's all about Ahamkara. But man, now I'm just wondering, like, what if this crossover had been the one to come out instead of the Geralt crossover at the beginning of Wish?
That probably would have worked well.
Because you have the D&D-esque dungeon. You had a whole season about dragons, for God's sake. Like, I feel like that would have gone over better, but hey, it's all in terms of your partnerships. It's pretty clear that the Mass Effect one was supposed to be there for the initial launch of the final shape now. So, yeah, I like that. I like this. Book this moment, everybody. I will probably never say this about a crossover ever again. I actually love this. I genuinely love this, and I will spend so much money on this
until the next one comes out.
Let's jump to this final shape artifact because this thing is wild, and I'm really glad that I've got some of our build crafters here on this one. That first column, that's of course your champion mods: Anti-Barrier Pulse, Unstoppable Sidearm, Unstoppable Scout, Overload, Hand Cannon, and Anti-Barrier SMG. I feel like all of those fan favorites. Nothing to really complain about. Maybe
SMG?
Unstop Sidearm.
Anti-Barrier SMG.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Anti-Barrier SMG is a cool one. I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah, and then I'm a bigger fan of Anti-Barrier Pulse, frankly, especially with Pulses getting the global buff.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Big fan. But SMG, I mean,
Red Death is gonna go hard.
Well, yeah. Oh god, dude, it's gonna work with that. But Anti-Barrier SMG, you got to think how many different guns have how many different elements have some of their best guns as an SMG.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is really cool. Starting in column 2 though, we get a little spicy. Logic Reducer, weapons with the Radiolera Transposer Origin perk deal increased damage to Vex. Extends the duration of the Radiolaria pools created by the Transposer.
I bet that's the Origin perk for the Echoes ones.
That is.
I didn't even think about that. Is it gonna make pools of Radiolaria?
That's what it's saying right there.
Just gonna get Vex.
That is so cool.
Oh my god,
all over the
it's gonna be even worse.
Vex
Overcharged Armory. Weapons with Dealer's Choice, Radiolaria, Transposer, Collective Purpose, and Sundering Origin traits are always overcharged. Elemental Charge, cost of Elemental Charge mods are significantly discounted. Love that.
Oh yeah.
Saint's Inspiration, rounds loaded by the Cast No Shadows Origin perk can overflow the magazine. I assume that this is the returning Season of Dawn weapons.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then Winning Hand, weapons using the Dealer's Choice Origin trait, combat precision, final blows, or rapidly defeating opponents cause the target to explode, dealing solar damage to nearby enemies. Having several equipped weapons with Dealer's Choice increases the effect of the explosion. So cool, kind of what we expect from that second column. Some stuff that works with our seasonal weapon suite. Column 3, Elemental Siphon, rapid final blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching your equipped super. Create an elemental pickup matching your equipped super.
I'm excited about this one. Yeah, this one.
That could be cool. Real spicy.
Yeah.
I like that. Overload Sword. Big fan. And swords are always overcharged. If
Ronnie,
you have that
just
selected.
in time, we're talking about swords.
Oh, we're going to be talking a lot about swords in the next couple columns. Creeping Chill, Stasis Weapon, Final Blows against slowed or frozen targets, release a burst that slows. This I think will go obviously really good with Riptide Chill Clip. Excited for that. Excited for Peace Bond to be used again in the new meta. I think that's going to be really fun. And basically anything with Headstone. If you picked up that Volpeka a couple weeks ago that had Headstone, here you go.
Or that bow too.
Yeah, Virgil's Curve. Nerd was using that when we were running an Onslaught yesterday.
Oh yeah, I love that.
It's great. I actually have been trying to knock out the catalyst for it recently. Press the Advantage. Breaking a combatant shield grants increased weapon stability, handling, and reload speed. Swords gain increased guard resistance.
Ooh.
And then Threaded Blast. Destroying a tangle with a strand weapon creates a larger and more damaging explosion. So for all of us who like to use things like Rufus's Fury or Immortal, this is for us. I'd also keep in mind that things like, Fang of Ear Ute works with this. Swordbreaker will work with this. There's some pretty fun ones. And what's the hand cannon that's coming back that I'm forgetting the name of? Better Devils is coming back as a strand hand cannon. So for all you hand cannon lovers,
Better Devils was awesome.
Yes. And then column 4, of course, this is where we get really spicy. Counter energy. When you or a member of your fire team sends a champion, you gain energy for your least charged ability. Blade stamina. Rapidly defeating combatants with a sword refunds some ammo. Very excited.
Of the Sword, baby.
Yeah, hope y'all farmed out a good guillotine. If not, you got a couple more days.
Or Slammer.
Slammer too. Well, but Slammer you had to have previously unlocked it because it's not the weapon this week.
Oh yeah, true.
So you may be SOL on that one. Void Hegemony. When you have Void or Prismatic equipped, defeating weakened targets provides a small Void overshield.
I like that.
I already like running. What is the one that gives it to you? Repulsor Brace.
Yeah.
I already like running that, especially on Void SMGs. So this is pretty spicy to me. Not like, oh my god, just gonna break the game spicy, but like, okay, I don't feel a need to run a repulsor brace gun now. While this season is out, if I have that one. This might be my second favorite in the whole thing. Radiant Orbs. When you have a solar or prismatic subclass equipped, picking up an orb makes you radiant.
Bro,
that's gonna be
literally you're just gonna be radiant all the time.
Oh, it's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be absolutely disgusting, and I love it. And then Galvanic Armor. While you have an arc or prismatic subclass equipped, incoming damage from combatants is reduced while amplified.
So with that one, I wonder if it's gonna, because being amplified already gives you damage reduction, doesn't it? Like while you're moving.
That's a fragment on arc. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So I run that fragment on arc.
Fragment. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was just intrinsic to arc or to amplified.
But I want to say that that's like in the prismatic class, or in some shape or form. I think it is.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. We'll have to look into that. I mean, obviously, we'll all have hands-on with the artifact soon enough, and with prismatic. Final column. Prismatic Transfer. When you cast your super, each member of your fire team with a super type different than yours gains a bonus to weapon damage.
So that's interesting.
That's going to be pretty huge.
That's cool. Yeah.
So yeah, like linears and rockets are going to be awesome. Like that combined with the crit spot of a div cage.
I'm also wondering, like, if everyone else has that on too. Like, does it stack 5 times?
There's gonna have to be some testing. Seeing this made me go, oh my god, I need to log onto my other characters and make sure that I stack enough bounties to speed run to this particular perk for the raid. Argent Blade. While you have armor charge, dealing damage with a sword consumes an armor charge and empowers your sword for a short time, granting bonus damage and energy charge rate. So imagine stacking this with Prismatic Transfer.
Does this stack with Lucent Blade?
I would imagine so.
Oh yeah.
They are really pushing us. Are we gonna beat the shit out of the Witness with swords?
That'd be pretty sweet. Not gonna lie.
I actually would love that. That would be such a contrast to the Rolk fight, where you're trying to stay away as much as possible.
Well, it would be really cool if they gave us like a fight that like guarding with swords like mattered.
Ooh.
So
Because I would love something like that where like somebody's attacking us. Well, like I've been playing a lot of Elden recently, and like imagine if we had to fight a boss where like dodging and like sword blocking like mattered. That would be awesome.
The like one person that kept a good roll on a sword for the guard is like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
is
it would
like the
have to be
king
my
now.
time.
I think it would have
My
to be one
time.
of those encounters where they give everybody a sword, just because, like, otherwise you're saying like you have to have this specific type of weapon, and that creates accessibility issues and things like that. I think it would have to be like a hive themed encounter so that you have hive swords and you just can easily explain it away.
Yeah.
That being said, I do definitely agree. I would really like to see that. I think that, like, obviously the closest we've gotten is probably not the way they intended for it to be done by A-Tracks and even to an extent Crota.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
So
that was how that was how we did Pantheon for Azarac was a Titan with strongholds and Lament, just like completely baited him the whole
Yeah.
time, and we all just pumped damage.
Well, let's keep going here. We've got the expanded abyss. Void sources deal increased damage to weakened targets, so just get somebody to throw a smoke bomb on there and go to town. Shield Crush. This is one of the other ones I was really excited about. While you have Woven Mail, Frost Armor, or Void Overshields, your melee recharges faster and deals increased damage. While you have Amplified or Radiant, your grenade recharges faster and deals increased damage.
I wonder, because they were talking about in the video that you could have multiple of these up at the same time. Like,
Yep,
I wonder if
yep.
this stacks.
I would imagine that it does, because it is not hard at all to get Woven Mail, Frost Armor, and Void all at the same time.
Yeah.
That is not hard. So I
Collective
like that. And I mean, like, everything is going to make you fucking
Buff.
Radiant at this point, clearly.
Oh yeah.
Amplified might be the hardest one to get. And then
Just get one
Transference.
kill.
The final one is Transference. This is the other one I was very, very happy to see. Gain increased grenade and melee damage while Transcendent, and weapon final blows while Transcendent. Refund light and dark energy after Transcendence ends. That is very cool to see. Transcendence, of course, is that special grenade, and it lets you break the special shields on some of the Dread. I am super stoked to see this. This one I feel is going to be a mainstay in the 5th column for at least like the first year of Prismatic being a thing, given how much they're going to want to push a new subclass. We've seen it with Stasis and Strand in the past. We've seen it with the 3.0 supers. Like, they want to push the new stuff, and they're going to put those shields in every facet of the game because they're going to want you to adapt. So I really like seeing this. This kind of feels similar to what was the fusion rifle one, particle deconstructor, that we all liked a few years ago.
Yeah.
That it was like, oh my god, like, it made the base version of like, in that case, the gun so much better that we all got so used to using it that felt natural. And it was like this huge comeback down to earth moment when it was gone.
Yeah,
and we've clamored for it ever since, but it broke the game. I almost feel like you're going to get a similar thing here.
Maybe.
But this also feels like it could just be like a natural ability as part of the subclass in due time. Just a little reduced.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked to see prismatic specific fragments be added to the game. And if they do, well, I'm pretty sure we have a few that are exclusive. I could see this being one like 6 to 12 months from now.
That's like an exotic perk almost. Like,
it honestly, I could see it being added
Like,
to
yeah,
the exotic
like-
class items down the line. You're not joking.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Uh-huh.
That would be the obvious play for me. Like, maybe you don't want
maybe.
everyone to have it, but you want them to choose to have this.
Yeah.
Almost make it something like Argent Ordnance or Lucent Blades, like we've seen in the past. We've seen them in the artifact before, at a much cheaper rate than us equiping them on our armor
Cheaper,
normally.
Yeah.
Josh, we have a question in the chat that I think
What's the
is
question?
relevant. So
What is
Dakota says, since Bungie said that in the Pale Heart you won't run into other Guardians in an instance, do you think solo ops should have been made into a modifier rather than an actual mod?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I thought so.
I'm gonna say yes, but I think that while that would help the less skilled players in the player base, that would trivialize soloing dungeons, in my opinion. Or like trying to solo harder content. I understand that it's been a selectable perk in the past through the artifact. I think that's fine for it to be up for a season. I think for it to be a permanent mod, there would have to be restrictions on when you can and can't use that, and that opens up a whole can of worms for restricting mods in the future. Which is a path I don't want to go down personally. I don't know if that explanation makes sense, but I'm of two minds here. Like, I can easily argue for it, but the potential drawbacks to the rest of the sandbox make me go, it's probably not worth it. I also think it might, because like, yes, it's a solo instance in the Pale Heart, but you can still go in with a fire team, or you can load into an active combat zone. It says you can load into an activity, and then when you go out to explore, there will be other guardians running around, so you always have that option too. I just think that's going to have to be publicized. Like, the first time you get there, people are going to need to read the tooltips. Maybe have that as a tooltip when you're loading in. Would be my solution for that. But this is really the only area where I'd be like, yeah, you might have a problem surviving. Like, I remember when we went to Neomuna for the first time, Nerd and I were like, oh my god, everything is hitting like way harder here.
Yeah.
I remember the first day we were trying to do the terminal overload. We're just like, what the fuck is happening? This is so hard.
Yeah.
And we were like raid ready.
I did see, I think one of the content creators who went said that it's not like how Neomuna was with it being like a deficit, but I don't think you can over level it, which makes it like
I believe you are correct. I believe you would be correct
like,
on that matter. Yes.
Engaging, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do we have any final thoughts here on the artifact or anything like that from anybody? Corey, you're being awfully quiet over there, buddy.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot of interesting things here. I still have a lot of great swords because you know how I am. I like to get up there and get all up close and personal with everybody. Hopefully, I like JoASIS' idea of maybe there's an encounter that will have to do with swords and blocking. I think some of these other things are pretty spicy as well. I'm pretty excited.
As he says with the most monotone voice ever.
I know. I was just sharing the stream out on other social media platforms while you guys were talking. So
it's all good. It's all good.
I want people to watch us, man.
Hey, man.
Let's move on to the world's first real fast. Just a few details here. You guys know the deal with World's First Races. It's going to go live on Friday, June 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. It will be enabled for contest mode. Will be up for 48 hours. Really, really hope they come out as part of the 10th anniversary celebration and say contest is a permanently selectable difficulty option. Because, man, Pantheon, Joe and I are going to touch on Pantheon after the TWAB, but it really scratched my itch for harder content. You will need to be at least 1965 power level to be at the cap for all the encounters. There is an entry requirement this time, though. Completing the Final Shape campaign and the Wildcard Exotic Quest is a requirement to launch the raid, but only the fire team leader must meet this requirement. A fair warning for any member of a fire team who do not complete the campaign before jumping into Salvation's Edge. The raid will contain spoilers. Ooh. Love that.
That's really? The first time
they kind of had to do that, though, because we're not going to get the final mission until after World's First.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like the first time that they've ever like said that before, which is very exciting.
I mean, since the Taken King, it's the only raid that is actually like tied to the campaign.
Yeah.
Like, Vow of the Disciple very much felt like an addendum to it. Same with, the Nezarec stuff didn't even feel like it was really. I mean, that's kind of an addendum too, because that's caused because of the Traveler.
Last Wish, kind of
an epilogue. It's an epilogue, but it's not like it wasn't like required to understand the story.
Yeah,
I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I guess.
Although I do think story-wise, it is the most consequential raid of Destiny 2 by far.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. This is. I mean, even the Oryx raid was very much an addendum. Like, you killed Oryx in the campaign, and if you didn't raid, you didn't know any better. But you got to give him the final death in the raid, and it's one of the coolest fights.
Double dead.
Yeah, you kill, and it wasn't, I don't think a lot of us understood it at the time. You kill him in the Ascendant Plane. That's obviously a really cool factor in it. It's so much better than fighting fucking Taniks in the Deep Stone Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
So
man. Nothing beats Taniks. Clearly,
Jeez.
I'm very cool with this being like they have been clear since August.
Hold
that
on.
beating the raid is important to the storyline.
Why
That
did
is
Tanix piss in your Cheerios, Josh?
Tanik's been pissing in my Cheerios for about 8 years now.
Why do you
Maybe
hate
we might
Taniks
be up
so
to
much?
9 by that's because House of Wolves is when he was introduced. That stupid Black Spindle mission, man. And then they are changing the completion criteria. Also, you will no longer be required to return to orbit to finish the race. The first fire team to finish every encounter and loot the final chest will be declared world's first. Very, very cool. They encourage all players to complete the campaign and the wildcard exotic quest prior to the launch of Salvation's Edge to have the best story experience possible.
I
Love
can't wait
this.
for the wildcard exotic quest to have a PvP element.
I honestly really hope that a wild card is related to like the exotic that you get from the raid. It's been
I
a while
imagine
since
it is. Yeah.
since we got a raid exotic quest, and I've been really clear about how much I really like those rather than RNG chances.
It does say that you have to complete the wild card.
I know, but I'm hoping that like maybe loading in will be part of the quest or
Maybe,
something.
yeah.
I'm holding out hope. I don't think we need anything as intricate as Divinity, but I think it would be really cool that like
I think
that
we
is
do
something
personally, but
yeah, I like how they handled Necrochasm. I think if you do something like that for your reprised raids and maybe like a random drop every other year in the raids, then that's fine. There's a healthy balance to be found. Just doing RNG feels bad. And that's why I'm glad, like, with Pantheon that I really liked is that you can get those older exotics from the raids that were featured. The world's first race on Twitch Rivals. Of course, we talked about this last week. There's 3 emblems you can get here. One for watching 2 hours of any Destiny streamer between the raid launch and the end of contest mode. One for watching 2 hours of any Destiny 2 Twitch Rivals stream, which will be most of the popular content creators, Datto, Fallout, Astacross. I know all 3 of them are going to be on there. And then Rest the Heart emblem. Same hours, but drop a sub to your favorite Destiny 2 streamer. Not a huge fan of that one, but I get why they're doing it. I think all 3 of these emblems look pretty dope.
I actually
really like that Witness one.
Personally.
Do what? You don't like them?
No, I like that. Like they're having one be sub to you.
I do. I would encourage folks, and this is not me speaking ill of the content creators that you guys love. I really wish it was for anybody. And I'm sure this is meant like sub to anybody playing Destiny 2. I would encourage you to support smaller creators that you like that are doing this. They're maybe attempting the raid race. They need your support more than guys who pull in a ton of money off their videos and streams. Always support the smaller creators. That's my Datto is not going to miss that $5. Trust me. I love him. He's not going to miss it.
What if he can't eat lunch that day, Josh?
He's got bigger problems than that.
If everybody subscribes to your ideology, he gets no money, Josh.
And see, like, I know that's going to be an argument that somebody will inevitably make with me. So that's why I'm saying, like, my personal opinion is support smaller creators.
Hates Datto confirmed.
Hashtag
don't hate Datto. I used him as an example here. There's also going to be a global chat emote of a ghost eating popcorn for all users of Twitch. I really like that. And then streaming Destiny for 30 minutes or watching 15 minutes of the Final Shape raid on Twitch Rivals will get you special chat badges there. So I think all that's pretty cool. I'm always down for things that get you involved. Cool display poster. I think we covered this last week. Joe, you said you wanted this.
Yeah.
When we were talking, it's pretty cool. We don't get a whole lot of art like this.
Oh yeah, that
does look
that
cool.
is so cool.
I just wish it was like an actual print and not a metal poster. That's the whole reason I didn't get the Traveler print last year. I really liked it, but I don't want displayed.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't want this either.
Thing is why is Riven at the top and why isn't Nezzy at the top? Wasn't Nezzy like the final boss?
Nezzy is the final, but Riven is a gigantic fucking dragon.
Riven looks dope.
Also, like I think legit Riven's the true challenge for a lot of folks doing this. because they've never had to do it before.
Yeah.
Nerd's been trying to get me to do it for years, and I did it without him.
Listen, we'll get into it later.
I owe him a legit ribbon.
I'll teach you, Bruce.
Of course, Final Shape goes up for preload on June 3rd. Servers will be down for a full 24 hours. 10 a.m. Pacific time, you can start downloading or pre-installing the Final Shape. Of course, you guys know how to do that on your respective platforms, but make sure you have a lot of space open because this is a chunky update. The smallest version is on PS4 at 129.3 gigs. Steam users need to have 300 gigs
Steam
free.
users are getting worked out.
Epic Store needs 280. Microsoft Store needs 156. Series X 165, Xbox One 139, PS4 129, and PS5 143. So good luck with that. Also, beginning on June 4th, you should know Destiny 2 is ending support for Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1 if you are still on one of those OSs for some reason.
Well, I mean, those people probably have so many viruses at this point. Like,
probably.
Their computer's pretty much dead anyway.
A reminder to grab your seasonal seals and rewards, season pass items, vendor rewards, Shaxx, Zavala, Drifter, and Saint 14 rewards, and Bungie rewards before servers go down on June 3rd. Because all that's going to be gone unless you have the Chrome extension. And that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, the next time that we read a TWID, we will have completed the campaign for the Final Shape. I will be hastily preparing for the raid the next time that we come to discuss a TWID.
Yeah.
Josh is going to be very sweaty, very unshowered the next time we come together for.
That is a lie. I will not be sacrificing my showers.
It's a good thing we don't do this show in person. It will be.
I would not be sacrificing showers. I promise you that. That's disgusting. Since we brought up Pantheon real quick before we transition more into making the rest of the show about the community really, and we start answering questions, sharing favorite Destiny and show memories. Joe, as the fellow Godslayer here, I wanted to get your take on.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I killed orcs.
As the fellow Godslayer, I wanted to get your take on the Pantheon experience, so to say. How'd you feel about this? We ran most of week 4 together.
Yeah.
How did you feel about just the whole thing through all 4 weeks? The loot that was dropped, the difficulty of the experience, the changes to the encounters.
This year I wound up doing a lot of low man raids with Dealer and Oak. Out of them.
Yep.
And it truly like makes the raids feel like that much like I haven't felt that level of like completion and like satisfactory for like getting it done since like a content test mode raid.
Right.
Completing Pantheon was like that times 8 at least. Like that they didn't just bring back content test mode. They made a range of like small and big as hell tweaks to every encounter, and they all felt great. My one complaint was sometimes it just felt like they were throwing a tormentor in there to throw a tormentor in there. But other than that, like 2 Rolks, what a way to fuck us all up. Like 2 Rolks, one just kicking you the whole time. I died a million times to that. It was a great experience.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Rolk change was probably the best. Having 2
and you guys
Rolks
just ended up cheesing it, didn't you?
Yes.
So Joe and I actually tried to do it legit for a couple of hours. It was very hard to keep track of both of them. It was very chaotic. It doesn't look and we did it legit week 3. Week 4 is the only time that we felt the need to cheese it.
And
And we still got him to the final stand several times.
Multiple times. But
yeah,
it's the interesting thing is you kind of have to walk them both in like a circle, and as soon as his beams like split the group up, it's chaos, and like it's hard to like reel that back in. So just adding a second roll completely threw all of our muscle memory off, and it was great.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I think it was awesome. Just overall great experience. A lot of the changes are what I feel like Master Rage needed to be. Not the dumping tormentors in, but like two people having the exploding light buff or whatever it's called in Golgoroth. And that with the Taken Minotaurs, that's enough to throw you off.
Oh yeah.
On even at -5, that's enough to kind of fuck with you if you've never done it on Master. So I think the only ones I didn't particularly like the changes to, because it was just like, oh, here's a Tormentor, were Atrax and I mean, I don't even really think that there was a change to Caretaker, was there?
They put ads for the people doing babysitting duty, and
that's right.
More of the
they spawn Taken Ogres also.
Yeah, that too.
So,
yeah, but yeah, I not so much on the random tormentors. Like half of them you didn't even have to deal with, because they would despawn anyway. Like they had one in Oryx that was so slow getting to the group that half the time it just despawned by the time it got there anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of useless.
I'd like to see some of these changes incorporated into Master Raids going forward. I'm not suggesting go back and like change the ones that already exist, but like any raids going forward, I want to see things like this thought out for Master Mode. I think that especially Double Rolk and the breaking of the Centurion shields in Nez, while annoying, were the right kinds of changes and challenges for Master level content. If you're doing Master content, you should be able to handle a curveball like that.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course, we're not even doing it at Master level. We're doing it contest difficulty, right? And even then, like, we had surges that it was still a bit of a slugfest sometimes. So, yeah, just shout out. I really love that there wasn't much of a change in Riven except for some invisible Minotaurs and do it legit.
Yeah.
I really love that you couldn't cheese Riven. And I think that if you're doing a raid gauntlet like that for the first time, especially, like, that had to be a requirement.
Oh yeah.
So I look forward to seeing what the next iteration of this looks like. I do maintain that I think they'll do another one with the 10th anniversary. If not, you and I have both said that we would love to see this come back as a Moment's Triumph thing in the future.
Oh yeah, I think if they brought it back once a year to build hype going into the expansion, obviously, like, it seems like they're gonna deviate from a yearly expansion model, but I'd love to see this as like a way to build hype going into an expansion.
I'll be honest, I don't want to see this every year.
Yeah,
but because I think if you do this every year, it loses how special it is. And you can't
be a special thing.
Yeah, I think reusing the same encounters would also like just kind of fall flat. Yeah. Like, if you didn't do those encounters when it was up, like, no, fuck you. You don't get a second chance at this. Like, those, okay. I'm a firm believer that, like, those emblems and that title should be gone forever. Like, come up with something new next time.
I agree that the titles and stuff should be gone, but I think this was way too much of a knockout of the park for them to not bring it back.
No, they'll bring it. They've already said they're bringing it back.
Yeah. They've already. But I mean, in a regular fashion. And
no, like, it doesn't need to be back in a regular fashion. I'm gonna be that guy.
Okay.
If you
I don't think it should be. I think the titles and shit should be different. The encounters should be different.
I'm not arguing that. What I'm getting at is I think that the loot aspect trivializes the other raids if this is available all the time.
That's true.
Because they have done it in a
get
way where
dumped
you are
on
guaranteed red
in
borders
late.
every time through. You are guaranteed an adept weapon with each clear, with each boss clear. You are guaranteed you can buy red borders every time you get to the chests at the end.
No,
I think that trivializes running the actual raids.
I don't think it should be there all the time. I just mean it should be back on a once a year basis, like you said.
Yeah, and they've already said that they'll bring it back in some form eventually.
Let me guild.
I would love to
Slayer
see them
Bungie.
do a dungeon version of this.
Same, yeah.
Yep.
I would love.
I think that would be the
dungeon
bigger
version.
knockout of the park, frankly. Like, okay, you nailed it with 6s. The next one, let's get it with 3s. By then, you've got enough raids to pull from again. I'd love to see one with the classic raids, just D1 encounters. There's so many different things. You could even take, like, infamous Nightfall bosses and put them in there. I don't know. Like, there are so many things you can do here. You could do end game bosses from the campaigns. Like, there are things you can do here. Unvault some of the encounters from the Leviathan raids, from Crown of Sorrow, from Scourge of the Past. Like, I would love to see some of this stuff come back, and maybe that's the form they come back in. You don't bring the whole thing back, but you make it part of a raid gauntlet. Or there's a lot of ways to do this.
Yeah, like somebody in chat said, 1 year it's the raid one, and then next year it's dungeon one. Then it loops back. It's like every other year.
The only other critique that I would give towards this is something that that Oak actually brought up to me when we were finishing up a run the other night, and that was that, like, the loot for them was unfulfilling. Like, yes, there was a lot of it, but they already have all of that crafted. Whereas for me, I'm going in having like 2 or 3 patterns of guns, and I'm finishing all these guns. I'm getting all these adept rolls as someone who hasn't done a lot of master raiding. And I'm like, oh my god, this is like the best loot I've ever gotten in my entire life. Between this and Onslaught, I've filled up like 100 slots in my vault in the last month and a half. Like, I'm drowning in all these great rolls, all these crafted guns now. And they're like, yeah, for us who raid all the time, this is cool, but it very clearly, the loot doesn't skew towards the audience. Because this is something that is for experienced raiders. This isn't something you just boot up and decide I'm going to do with only having a couple raid clears under my belt.
That's I did like the amount of spoils, and like you could buy like 20 adepts every single time. Like, so many adepts. But like me, like them, I already have all this stuff. I was exclusively after the title.
The title is all I cared about, but
I was after it.
I'm not gonna lie, getting that trace rifle to drop for the first time and then finishing the pattern purely through Pantheon runs and not buying a single one from a chest was pretty rewarding.
It took Josh a year and a half to
get one drop, and then I finished it in 2 Pantheon runs.
Yeah.
Very, very happy about it though. So like for me, the loot was great. I understand why for most people doing this, it's like, it's helping me finish out a few things, but like, maybe I'm grabbing a couple of adepts to enhance, but that's it. Like, you're mainly stocking up on the spoils for final shape. Like, I'm gonna go into final shape with 240 spoils plus another like 100 something sitting in my postmaster. I'm ready. I'm totally ready to buy everything I want out of that raid, and I'm satisfied.
Chest, yeah.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. So very cool. Hope to see more endgame centric content like this. I think this was the like cherry on top of Into the Light was already good. This is like, oh my god, you've had like this 3-course meal, and then they bring out dessert. Yeah. And that's really what Pantheon was to me.
Oh yeah.
It's like, here, you've gorged yourself on this incredible meal and like this nice bottle of wine. Maybe you've had a great bourbon, and then they roll this out here, and it's like the end of the meal. The chef delivers it personally. It's like, for 6-7 weeks we've gotten to forget about all the bullshit at Bungie and just had this awesome run with Into the Light and Pantheon, and we're in such a great place going into this expansion, I think.
Oh yeah. It feels like they're really trying to like make up for Lightfall here, honestly.
110%. Yeah. Let's move on to some content for all of us. We asked you guys to submit your favorite memories from either the pod or from Destiny. I was going to sprinkle these in, but we were having some really good conversations. So we're going to go through some of these while we kind of mix them up with questions. Nerd, we had a fashion contest going on over the last couple of days. Do we have the votes tallied on that?
Give me 2
I will let you
seconds.
tally those while I start these, and we will bring those up in a little bit.
Okay.
I want to make sure we announce the winner of the fashion contest on tonight's show
Okay.
before we get out of here. So we put out a call for some memories, and y'all wrote a lot of novels because apparently you guys like me talking a lot. Corey, do you have this pulled up in Discord?
I do have it pulled up in Discord. There is a lot of things here.
Corey and I are gonna tag team some of these. I'm gonna let you take this first one here, Corey, from Jiggly Panda.
From Jiggly Panda, not from Fox?
Not from Fox. Fox was telling people to submit stuff.
Oh. You're right. That's exactly what it says. Jiggly Panda writes in, started listening right before the launch of Lightfall and love how passionate y'all are about this game. My favorite memory is hearing Josh and Corey go back and forth with all of the hot takes. I can say y'all have helped me through some tough times and helped me get through the week with both pods. Sorry, I'm getting old. I gotta make this screen larger. I enjoy how the two shows are so different yet blended together so well. Also, love how both of you can match off each other, and you seem like you're having a great time. Thanks for making my Friday mornings some of the most enjoyable mornings for the past year. You're welcome.
Well, thank you for writing in with all your questions. Jiggly Panda writes in every week with questions.
Yeah.
Some of our
Panda,
favorite questions.
Josh and I actually hate each other.
Yeah. hate to break it to you guys. We absolutely hate each other.
You haven't been paying attention. They hate each other.
Our next memory comes in from Ronnie.
boy.
Ronnie wrote us a small novel here. Oh man, where do I start? Joined the Discord shortly after listening to the pod and ran a few raids and activities with some people here. I love the community feel of the Discord, and it was something my old clan didn't have. Sure, they had Discord, but it was ran like a business, and this was a breath of fresh air. Some of my favorite memories. Playing the Legend Lightfall campaign for the first time with Aaron and Saint, and hearing Saint shriek in terror when we came across the Tormentor for the first time. Nerd has a very similar memory of me, I believe. Very high-pitched. My mic cut out, and him and Colonel were just laughing their asses off at me.
I can't hear in that frequency anymore. It's just forever.
Are you talking about that one that busted into the room right at the beginning of the campaign?
Yes, the very first one when you're on the Cabal ship, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't die.
Assembling the OG Misadventure raid crew with Fox, Nadiki, Nox, Saint, Zill, and Aaron to help other Guardians get through raids that might not have had a chance before. And watching Aaron randomly walk off an edge of a cliff in Ron during one of those Misadventure raid crew practice runs, and Fox belly laughing, which led to everyone else laughing for a good 10 minutes. I think the overall thing and memory for me, as there are so many, is hearing the actual joy and gratitude in someone's voice when you've helped them out by doing an activity they didn't think was obtainable, no matter if it's a GM, dungeon, or raid. Helping people in real life situations as well. I never do it for the accolades or the fame of the server, but knowing that if I was in their situation, in game or in real everyday life, hoping someone would do the same for me if I was in a situation. I've met some great people in the server that will be friends for the foreseeable future. Besides the ones I tagged, I can't forget Airmail Attic, Virtual Massacre, and Emerald Jack 999. So thank you, Corey and Josh. Enough with this mushy junk. Grandpa Scout out. For those of you who may not be a part of the Discord, Ronnie has been one of our raid leaders in there since we started the server, in all honesty. And there are very few people, I think, that have kind of picked up the torch of what Corey and Nerd and I wanted to do with it than Ronnie and his Misadventure crew. So, thank you so much for everything you guys do. Raids, dungeons, GMs. Like, I don't think there's a night that I, log on that I don't see Ronnie on helping somebody through something. And God, with 600 levels this season under his belt, I would hope he's gotten more than a few friendly clears in there for people. But
and the winner.
We've got the fashion contest winner here.
Well, it's perfect.
Whoa.
It's perfect timing, and that's why I'm cutting in. The winner of the fashion contest is actually Ronnie.
Oh boy.
With let's see, what was the percentage rate? With 18% of the votes. And we had a two-way tie after that with, let's see, who were the next people? Was number 6, number 7, which was Knox, and Illustrated Dio with 15% of the votes, respectively. So, Ronnie, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
On your
Ronnie, I will be in
fashion
touch with you
Congrats,
tomorrow
Ronnie.
to give you your prize.
Ooh.
So, of course, for those of you who don't know, our fashion contests are always done for silver. And for a custom title in the server, which for this one, we're wiping all the server titles here in a couple of days. Ronnie will be one of the few that gets to keep his, and it will be Witnessed.
Ooh.
Witnessed.
So, very excited for that. I really wanted to do a fashion contest as we led into here. Show me your best pre-final shape drip. And maybe because I've watched Fury Road recently and I am excited to see Furiosa, but I couldn't get Witness Me out of my head. So, Witnessed, Ronnie. You are weighted shiny and chrome in Valhalla, even though I don't think your drip was shiny or chrome at all, if I remember correctly.
Weighted shiny and chrome.
Weighted shiny and chrome. Yes, Corey, that's from a movie that you've never seen.
Probably. Sure.
Corey, why don't you hit me with the next one, and then we're going to do some questions.
All right. Aaron writes in. Aaron says, "Oh geez, how do I follow up on Ronnie's post? I mean, this Discord community is pretty great. I came over here with Ronnie because our old clan was elitist, and it honestly felt like a chore for some of them to run anything with us. Everyone here has been very welcoming, and it is one of the reasons Ronnie and I took on an organizer role for raids and other runs. We want as many people to get as much out of the game as possible. For our favorite memory is as for favorite memories, 100% me absentmindedly walking off the ledge and Ron. I don't think I've ever heard someone laugh as hard as Fox when that happened. It's pretty funny. It's really funny, actually.
I really do love that there's so many inside jokes that are being shared.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. The whole point of the server was for people to find friends to play with, and I'm so glad we have so many groups that have sprung up through that. Be it community Iron Banner, community raids, etc. Or even just jumping in if Jared and I have been in voice chats before where people just randomly jump in with us, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point of it. I know we had a Helldivers crew going for a while. Like I love that people are playing things beyond Destiny together.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some questions for episode 200, though. We had one from Ronnie a couple of weeks ago that I said I wanted to save for when we had a full panel. That if we were to all get together and do a live Tower Casuals in person, not live on Twitch and YouTube, but live in person, where would it be? What would we discuss, and what kind of refreshments would be served? What kind of food would we have? I've been sitting on this one for a couple of weeks now because I wanted it to be the full panel.
Well,
Okay.
it's gotta be catered by the Earl.
I mean, I think it has to be at the Earl.
Yeah.
And catered also.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Wouldn't it be great? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Earl sandwich too. I was like, that's the only place it could happen.
See, wouldn't it be great if we had already thought about this and we're like, just so happens, guys, we are live. Corey just pulls
All
up
of us
a green
just
screen
drop a
from
thing,
behind him,
yeah.
and we're back there at the Earl of Sandwich.
I've got a Craig puppet in my hand.
Sponsored by Earl of Sandwich. Here we go, guys. Now,
Sponsored by Earl of Sandwich and the Craig
Brought to
puppet.
you in part by Craig.
The Craig bot. No, we joke about it, but we had a serious discussion.